Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and this is a cool milestone. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to celebrate it on this great day of thanks. Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform records 10 million in payment volume. How about that, gosh darn it. So I'm going to run through this story, and I've also got this article, both from AMB Crypto. Bitcoin, 2019 is the worst year from an investment point of view. And then you can see they selected this picture of an angry young gentleman, clearly infuriated by the lack of profitability of cryptocurrencies in 2019, and can you blame him? But before we get going any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, you know what I would recommend? I would recommend subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel. It is the only way to ensure that you are living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Think about that. Let's dig into the first piece here now. Again, Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform records 10 million in payments volume. Ripple's XRP/MXN corridor on Bitso has been surging, with the corridor processing more remittances and noting higher trade volumes almost a day. The latest update provided by @Tenatoshi, that's on Twitter of course, included the corridor's trade volume, and as per the Twitter user's observation, the ODL payment volume reached 10 million XRP per day on November 27th, so just yesterday. And here's the quote. It's a quote, tweet from Tenatoshi. Because of the very rapid growth in on-demand liquidity payments, that's XRP, the liquidity index is missing to capture its day-by-day growth. The actual on-demand liquidity payment volume has reached 10 million XRP per day. And look, this is cool, and it's most exciting to me, perhaps, that we're seeing this. So take price out of your mind for just a moment. This is happening at nascent stages of the asset class, I would argue, even a decade, and I still think we're in the early days here. This is happening. You're seeing this quantity of XRP with only a couple corridors active and only, a couple dozen participants utilizing RippleNet's on-demand liquidity feature, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. And you're still seeing this. Just wait. I'm telling you, can you imagine what this will look like a couple years down the road? There's a reason that I am bullish AF. There is definitely a reason for that. And it's because utility matters, and that's why I love reporting on this stuff. Now, even though the mentioned number could be more in line with the trade volume on the platform, the Twitter user believes that 90% or more of the trade volume comprises of on-demand liquidity payments. On the other hand, according to data provided by the Liquidity Index bot on Twitter, the liquidity for the pair is reported to be 5.14 million, while the volatility remained 0.049%. Now, Ripple recently onboarded Transfergo on its on-demand liquidity platform as an alternative to pre-funding. And I did have a video about them recently. It's a remittance firm. And, Transfergo will be expanding its real-time operations to Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa with RippleNet. The CEO and co-founder of Transfergo said, quote, "With RippleNet, we saw a scalable opportunity to have one integration for multiple partners, so we don't have to redo it each time." How do you like that? Making things simpler. However, XRP has been hurting in the market. Of course, you always got to wrap up the article with that, of course. According to a report by Coinmetrics, XRP's drawdown has reached an all-time low. And so people ask, and I see this in comments, I see it on Twitter, why is, with all this good news, why is the price of XRP not flourishing, and why is it going down at times, and this and that? And to me, it's just a clear indicator, very clear indicator, and David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, co-creator of the XRP ledger itself, and XRP, the native digital asset on the ledger, he has stated that it's just a clear indicator that the market is not yet willing to parse out the differences between cryptocurrencies, at least not on some sort of meaningful level. And I still insist, if you're listening to this channel, you might be in line with me. Maybe you are parsing out the differences, and I still insist that there are some people that are. There's a reason that over the last 6 years, XRP has remained in the top 5 in terms of market cap for all crypto assets. There's a reason. It's not a fluke. All sorts of other coins are in and out of the top 5, top 10, whatever it may be. But XRP has stayed there, and that is a recognition that even though it's still tethered to Bitcoin in terms of price action, if Bitcoin rules the market and the direction everything goes, fine, that's true for now. It won't stay like that. there still are enough people that are resulting in XRP having that type of market cap. So to me, that's rather meaningful. But I just, as far as the price action, it doesn't matter. It just simply doesn't matter. This is, it's just as, look, as irrational as all of the buying and selling is, it's just like the dot-com boom and bust. It really, to me, it is just like that. I don't know how long it's going to take humans to figure this out. There was one huge boom and bust cycle with the dot-com. We've seen over the last decade all sorts of dramatic drawdowns. I don't know that that's going to stop anytime soon. It's just taking people a longer time to figure this stuff out and for real-world utility to take hold. So that's the other thing. It's both, really, just for the asset class as a whole. So that's why I look at it anyway. Now take a look at this. I came across this because of fellow XRP YouTuber, the Digital Asset Investor. And it's from Quora here. And it says, is the XRP coin a scam? And this is allegedly written by Tyler Winklevoss, CEO at Gemini. Except for, as it turns out, it's actually not. So you can take a look at this. There's this tweet from a Digital Asset Investor here. And he wrote, I am assuming this is not at Tyler Winklevoss that put all this on paper. He's way too smart to put this type of thing on paper. He's a Harvard grad, way too smart to libel people this way. And then he also included Ripple in that particular post, and then a link to Quora. So I had to check that out. When I was scrolling through my newsfeed, I was like, what the heck is he talking about here? Now, what's cool is Tyler Winklevoss actually did respond, and he writes, this is a fake Quora account pretending to be me, and I have reported it. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. So that's cool. So and also kudos to Digital Asset Investor for bringing that to Tyler's attention. Hopefully that gets just taken down, but as I'm recording right now, this is still up here, and it's kind of a shame because it's completely bogus nonsense that I'm not even going to bother reading this. It's just nonsense. And anyway, Digital Asset Investor responded, I'm glad to hear it, man. I will make sure my audience knows this. My offer still stands to you guys. Add XRP to your platform, and I come to New York City and promote the addition with cinnamon coffee on the street with you guys. Let me know. And I'm sure many of you are aware, because there's a lot of crossover in terms of who follows what XRP YouTubers. And I listen to Digital Asset Investor on a regular basis, but he's got this thing with the cinnamon coffee. How long has that? When did that come up? Has it been a year now? It's been a while. I don't remember. But he's putting cinnamon in his coffee. Just one of those things that just kind of picked up, And, for me, though, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm going to share, something very factual with you right now. It's that coffee tastes bad, and so I don't drink it. And that's not an opinion. That's a stone-cold, hard fact. It actually tastes bad, and so if you're drinking it, just, stop doing that, because it tastes bad. Not just teasing. No, actually, to be honest, I know that I'm in the minority. There was actually a survey. I'm getting off the beaten path here. I'll be real quick. I saw a survey within the last few years or so, and at least in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, it was something like 85% of adults, so 18 or older, 85% are coffee drinkers. So I'm in the minority not being one of those. I get it. I'm the weirdo not drinking coffee. Whatever. Anyway, Bitcoin 2019 is the worst year from an investment point of view. Despite the market's bearish run over the second half of the year, 2019 is considered by many to be a major break from the bearish winter that crippled the market towards the end of 2018. Recent data, however, tells a different story. According to data released by Longcash, Bitcoin has been a non-profitable investment for only 410 days since its inception back in 2009. Over 3,978 days, the asset has offered a good investment for a good investment for over 3,568 days in total, which is close to 90% of the total time Bitcoin has been in existence. Now, such a finding backs an impressive case for investment in Bitcoin over the long term. However, on a shorter scale, the quality of investment is currently less than ideal. Bitcoin recorded a growth of over 150% in 2019. However, according to this data, this year has been particularly bad for Bitcoin investors. Out of the 410 loss days where Bitcoin's closing price was higher than its current price, 190 of those were recorded in 2019 itself. In short, Bitcoin has been a bad investment for 190 days out of a possible 329 in 2019, which is equivalent to 58% of the year. Okay, yeah, so still, the numbers are fascinating, and that's how I kind of wanted to share it with you, but Is this intimidating anybody? Because it doesn't affect me. Like the reason that I find this type of stuff interesting, I know it's Bitcoin and not XRP, and this is an XRP-centric channel, but again, like I always state, it's just a cold hard fact. Bitcoin leads the market in terms of price. If it goes way up, altcoins typically will have some sort of response, and if it goes way down, there you go. That's why I always joke, if Bitcoin sneezes, the market panics, That's pretty much it. But despite all of this, to me, that's like, I'm not going to try and time the market. I'm not a trader. I have no interest in becoming a trader. I don't care about technical analysis. Like, I don't want to learn it myself. Like, I find it fascinating. I just don't want to do it myself. That's not something that would be fun for me. So for somebody like me, I just want to hold and hold and hold until people figure this out. I'm going to let everybody else FOMO in and panic sell. That's pretty much it, though. But you can tell me what you think. That's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!